Honor, 65 years after Sybil first rocked the mic in the South Bay, Laurie Roberts arrived at San Jose's legendary KOME, straight out of Chico. After 7 years at the Come Spot on Your Radio dial, Laurie moved over to San Jose's other fabled rock station, KSJO, working mostly middays and serving as assistant program director. In 1995, when KSJO's parent company bought the former KOME, now known as 98.5 KFOX, Laurie moved over to middays there and became the station's program director. Then some other stuff happened, and now Laurie's back to 98.5 in San Jose and 102.1 in San Francisco to present Laurie Roberts. Upon her induction into the Bay Area Radio Hall of Fame, she was here with us back in 2008 to induct the legendary Michael Hunter Herrington into the Hall of Fame. Please welcome Janet Herrington.
Well, she wrote the San Ramon Valley High School Teen Times column for the Valley Pioneer in Danville. And I went to the rival high school across town. And decades later, Laurie still contends that I dissed her at a party where both of the contingents dared to mingle. And I still say, no, I didn't. As fate would have it, we both ended up at Chico State in the broadcasting department, where we learned things like how 14 wraps of splicing tape diminishes the quality of a recorded interview, because there was no digital for us. We made epic films about the dirty dishes in our kitchen sink, and produced a TV show about mixing cocktails. And I did mention we went to Chico. So we learned to love life, and some of our Chico friends are here with us today. We worked at both campus radio stations, and then after graduation, we worked at the local FM commercial rocker. But Chico was too small for a talent as big as Laurie's, so she was off to the Bay Area and the legendary KOME. Several years later, she recommended me for a job at the station, and together we worked there during some of the halcyon days, and lots of our KOME family is here as well. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, the reward for doing something well is to have done it. And Nietzsche says, out of chaos comes order. Order! The great blazing saddles. But back to what Ralph said, Laurie, you've done it well, and today we're here to reward you. Many years have passed since our college and early career days. And we've been friends best of friends for almost 40 years, and you have been a friend to the Bay Area radio listening audience for over 30. So, and I don't mind sharing you as a friend. Keep on rocking the airwaves, Laurie. I love you.
I swear to God, this isn't that long. It's just it's in really big print. I grew up in Alamo before it was, Alamo. And my father had passed away a few months earlier. And it was just me and my mom. Even though she was always stoic and fun and funny, I was always looking for ways to make her smile. We listened to KSFO every morning at breakfast on the ever-present and always-on radio on top of the refrigerator. While on my own, I would also listen to the greats, both in music and DJs, on KFRC and KYA. KSFO was something we could share. The music was good, and the jocks were so personable. Well, Jim Lang used to do a birthday greeting every morning with listeners sending in birthday wishes, and he would send them out with David Rose's The Stripper playing in the background. My mom's birthday was coming up, and I sent in a birthday wish for her. She was not one to strive for a lot of attention, but there I was, sitting at the kitchen table. She was making some kind of nutritious breakfast on the morning of February 17th, and Jim Lang says, "And happy birthday, Beth Roberts of Alamo." Wow. And, well, the first thing she said was, "Oh." And I just beamed, and so did she all day. And that's when I realized the wonderful power of radio to touch people's lives. Then, years later, when I was a communications major at CSU Chico, and working both at the more serious department radio station and aforementioned KCHO, and the rebellious campus station KCSC, a bunch of us got to go to the Gavin Convention in San Francisco, Seminars for College Radio. We wandered up to a hospitality suite at the Mark Hopkins put on by a record company. Well, we thought this was all kinds of cool. And there in the bathroom was a bathtub filled with beer. I decided at that moment I had found the perfect combination in a career. Playing rock and roll, being a part of listeners' lives, and having one hell of a good time doing it. Well, while I was in Chico, I cut my professional teeth working at rocker KFMF. Now it's called KFM. KFMF was in a very nice prefab home in a canyon overlooking a beautiful valley. We mostly knew how beautiful it was because there was no plumbing, and we had to use an outhouse overlooking all those pretty lights. Sammy Hagar's Young Girl Blues, 7 minutes and 38 seconds. That was my bathroom song. And my dog Cinder wouldn't even come with me because there were snakes. I finally had to leave Chico. It was Jude. Yeah, the guy before me had played it every friggin' night. I finally had to leave Chico. It was life's equivalent of kicking me out of the cradle, as I had worked at pretty much every station in town. I had sent a package to KOME, and on my birthday in 1978, I climbed the stairs to the 3rd floor of 1245 South Winchester in San Jose. And at that very moment, I met Michael Hunter Herrington. Well, I had never met anyone as powerful and as charismatic as him before. And KOME was next door to Norm Mandetta's office. And I'm pretty sure as cool as Norm was and is, everyone there thought the same thing about Michael. Michael, who's been inducted into this wonderful organization, was a true broadcast legend. The movie FM was written about him when he was at KMET. And many episodes of WKRP were inspired by Michael. But not the one where they drop live turkeys on the helicopter on Thanksgiving. Not to say Michael had an aversion to poultry. One of the many crazy promotions we had at KOME was a chicken flying contest, complete with roses shaved into a little bitty horseshoe to fit over the neck of the winning chicken. Well, Michael, I could go on about him, but one of the many things he created was a staff of people that are still friends and respect and care about each other to this day. And some of them even bought tickets to be here. And as you know, DJs rarely pay for anything. So Michael, roar. Yeah, we did watch Blazing Saddles a lot. From the wonderful personalities I heard on all the great radio stations I grew up listening to, Carter B. Smith, Terry McGovern, Scott Beach, Dick McGarvin, Gene Nelson, Dave the Duke Sholin, Michael taught me to take what he and they had given me and to fly. I believe the savior of radio is the personalities that reach out and touch the listener. From my multiple decades full-time in radio, good thing I started when I was 10, from KOME to KSJO to KFOX and beyond, I know for sure nothing will ever beat the human touch of radio. One of the things I'm most proud of in my career was when I was program director at KFOX. We helped support local musicians, we profiled music in schools, and raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for local charities, all while making entertaining, highly rated, compelling radio. And I got Will Clark to guest DJ on my show a whole bunch of times. And he likes AC/DC and Skinner and Van Halen. And he did wear the eye block. No, I made that last part up. Finally, to paraphrase Chico Escuela, aka Garrett Morris from Saturday Night Live, radio been very, very good to me. Currently, I have the pleasure of going back to my roots without the dangerous trip through the snakes to the bathroom at KPIG, heard from Santa Cruz to Santa Barbara and with a huge streaming audience worldwide. I do the middays there, and it's really good to be back home on KFOX at 98.5 and 102.1, 6 evenings a week. Yep, KPIG and KFOX. If it's named after an animal, I'm on it. I am so honored and thrilled to be inducted into the Bay Area Radio Hall of Fame. Thank you.